Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, guys. Celtic Warband here, and thanks for tuning in to another how to install video on the channel. It's been a little while since I've done an install video for you guys, and a couple of you have been requesting that I do some of the mods that have either recently been updated or I've just forgotten to do them. There is a new Third Age Total War a new version that's coming out very soon, so I will be covering that for you guys as well. But I've got about 3 mods that will be coming up in the next day or two, just to kind of keep everything fresh and to have the most up-to-date versions for you. But the most requested one by far was the Napoleonic Total War 3 mod. This is a mod for Napoleon Total War, obviously. It did come out quite a while ago, released in 2011. However, there was a major patch, 7.6, that was brought out just 3 months ago. So hopefully this will be a nice and up-to-date version for you guys. Now, there is a few things that I have to tell you before we start to install this mod. Napoleon Total War is really not mod-friendly. Like, it is, but it isn't. I found that it's not like Total War Attila or Total War Rome 2, where it launches with the Total War launcher and you can select and deselect your mods at a whim. The Napoleon Total War really doesn't like if you use more than one mod together. I tried with having this mod and the Darth mod going, and it wasn't working. I've tried the Darth mod with the Great War mod going, and it just caused a bunch of problems. So really, you kind of have to choose one mod and stick to that. If you want to use the Napoleonic Total War 3 mod, then that's the only one that you can really install. If you do want to get rid of the NTW3 and install the Great War mod, let's say, you would have to uninstall the vanilla Napoleon completely and reinstall it fresh and then install the mod from there. Alright, so basically I've done a complete fresh install of my mod. You can see I've actually got my Napoleon Total War here on the desktop. Now, for those of you guys that are uninstalling, or if you do have a mod on Napoleon Total War and you need to uninstall, there's a couple of things that you do need to note. So in your Steam, of course, I do everything for Steam, but if you don't have a Steam version, it's pretty easy. You just drag the folder into the recycle bin. But for Napoleon Total War, you just have to right-click on it and go down to uninstall, and it will uninstall the game for you. However, this is where a lot of people get frustrated, is then they'll reinstall Napoleon Total War and then load it up thinking it's vanilla, and the mod is still there. And that's because there's a hidden folder that you guys also need to delete before reinstalling, and I'm going to show it to you right now. So if you go down into your little folder here, the File Explorer, for Windows 7, I think it's My Computer. And then you should probably come up to a screen like this, and it's going to be on your main drive. So for me, that's the C drive here. So when you double click on there, you're going to go to Users, and then you're going to go to, my name is Celtic on this PC, but your name will probably be here, so go to that one. And then you have to go to this app data folder. Now you can see that it's a little bit grayed out here. That's because this is a hidden folder that you need to allow to be shown. So how you do that is you go up into View, and then you have to select the hidden items. See, if I deselect it, the app data disappears here. So you have to go into View, Hidden Items, and then here's the app data folder. So double click on that, go into Roaming, and then down to Creative Assembly. And then here is the Napoleon folder. Now, what this basically does, this hidden folder, is it saves all of the main Napoleon items for the game for launching and for battle preferences and yada, yada, yada. So if you don't delete this and reinstall it, Steam will just keep all of these settings. But the problem is that a lot of the mods have overwrote these settings with, you know, their battle preferences and whatnot. So you need to make sure to delete this, so you would bring it to the recycle bin, but I'm going to keep it because this is fresh vanilla. So another thing I do want to note, if you guys do install this mod and you experience battle crashes on custom and multiplayer battle, and you comment saying that you're having problems with crashing, and I tell you to delete your battle preferences folder, that's where it is. So you can just follow this video. This is the one you would delete. And then basically what happens is when you load back into Napoleon Total War, go to the custom battle, it automatically repopulates this battle preferences folder on its own. Okay? But yeah, basically you just need to get rid of that folder completely, and then once you reinstall, the vanilla Napoleon will drop a new folder here for you. Alright, so that's pretty much all you need to know about uninstalling. So now let's actually get to the installation part. So basically, it's on moddb.com, moddb.com, sorry. So if we just go to the home page right here, and you can just type in NTW3. And then if you scroll down, you can see it's like the first one here after all of the ads. You can see Napoleonic Total War 3 mod DB. So if you select that one there, and then this is going to bring up the main screen here. And basically, it didn't have any installation requirements. Like, it doesn't really explain to you how to do it. So we're just going to go over to the Files tab here. And by the way, guys, I've started with my installation videos. They can be very lengthy, like 15, sometimes 20 minutes. Basically, I'm doing everything live for you guys, so I'm not making any cuts, so that I'm not doing, you know, any sneaky tricks, or you can see exactly how it's installed for me, and you can follow right along. So if you need to skip ahead, you can, but I recommend that you go through the entire video. So yeah, there's quite a few files that you guys are going to need. So there's 3 7.5 ones that you're going to need. So you're going to need the NTW3 7.5 maps. So that's the first one. And then that's actually the second one, but it's the first one in this list going up. And then we need the NTW3 7.5 setup. And then you need the NTW3 7.5 add-on. And then you need the NTW3 7.6 setup. So basically you need these 4, if I can highlight them for you here, just so everybody's clear. I know a lot of people who watch my installation videos sometimes don't speak English, so this is a good representation here. These 4 you need. So basically we just have to right-click and open all of these in a new tab. And then I always tell you guys, make sure to check the file sizes. So you can see that this one needs to be 320 megabytes. So make sure once you hit the download now and then check in your downloads folder, you need to confirm that this is the right size. Because a lot of people comment saying that it's not working, I installed it, it's not working. Chances are this may be like a 100 megabyte file. Well, you're missing 220 megabytes of data. So make sure that they're all the correct file sizes. Again, with the 7.6 setup, 650 megabytes. We've got the 7.5 setup here. That's almost a gig. 977, and then we have the maps, which is 966. So go ahead and click the download now button on all of these, and I'll just do it on one so you guys can see what it's going to do. So it's going to load up this. Don't delete this yet. Wait till you see something populate in the bottom of the screen saying that it's downloading. There we go. So I can delete that. So you guys can see that it's starting to download in the bottom screen here. So make sure you do that for all 4. You should have 4 files that are downloading all down here in the bottom bar. So we'll go ahead and cancel that because I already have that. So once you have all 4, well, go ahead and pause the video here. And then once you have all of those 4 files, you just need to go down into the File Explorer, which is right here. And most likely it'll look like this for Windows 7 users. That's why I'm always just clicking on PC. But for Windows 10 users, you could just go right to the downloads in this section. Or you've got a downloads up here. So just hit the downloads. And then here is all the ones that we need. So let's go ahead and check. So the first one is 7.5 setup file. So we got 97747. And look at that at the bottom right here, 977 megabytes. So we know that that's pretty close. And then we have the maps, which is 966. So 7.5, there it is, 966. And then we have the 7.5 add-on, 320. And then we have the 7.6 setup, which is 648. And 648. So once you confirm that all your files are the right file size, you are good to go up to this point. And this is where it's gonna kind of get tedious because I'm actually gonna sit here and let you guys watch the installation process. But basically you can just close all of these here, no longer needed. This just gets a little bit of a fresh desktop to work on. So the first one we're going to go with here is the 7.5 setup. So double click on that. And there it comes up. So I'm going to hit OK. And then you guys should get this little setup, installation setup thing saying what language you want to use. There are quite a few to choose from, but I'm going to go with English. And then this is a very, very important step. So for those of you people who have your Napoleon Total War saved on the main drive, this is going to be correct, as this is correct for me. Because I know that in Steam, it's in the C file programs, Steam app, common, Napoleon Total War. I know that's where my file is. However, you may have it saved on a D drive. So what you need to do is go into Browse, and then you need to go back up to here, or where would be my D drive? So my G drive, yeah. So I would have to click on here if it was saved, and then find the folder there manually. But if you got it saved in a default position, then this is just fine. So we'll go ahead and click Next. This is basically telling you, hey, you already have Napoleon Total War folder here. Are you sure you want to install this one? And you're going to hit yes, because basically what it's going to do is it's going to overwrite all of the files in the Napoleon Total War folder. So we're going to say yes. And for the very first one, if you want a desktop shortcut, you can go ahead and click yes to that. And then this is just confirming. Just really double check this, guys, because if you lose your file, it installs somewhere that you don't know where it is. That can be a real pain. And then we're going to hit install. And this shouldn't take too long. Might be a couple minutes, but I'm going to actually let it sit here so that you guys can see, just how long it takes. Chances are that it's going to take pretty close to the same amount of time as it is for me. I should have brought some water to my desk. It's the worst feeling. But yeah, for those of you guys that really enjoy my how to install mods, I've actually got a Narnia Total War how to install video coming out, which is a mod for Rome Total War. So if you guys don't have any of the newer Total Wars, like Medieval 2 or newer, and you just have Rome Total War, that might be a fun mod for you guys to try. And then going back into the Seven Kingdoms, like Game of Thrones style, there is a Medieval 2 mod called the Westeros Total War. So I'll probably do a how to install on that. And then I'm just waiting to hear when the new Third Age files are going to be released. I think it's in a month or two. And apparently they're adding a ton of stuff like HD quality, new maps, new units, like just a total overhaul, which is going to be really nice to see. So I'll definitely cover a how to install video for you guys on that as well. Because I think my Third Age and my Divide and Conquer and even my vanilla Third Age, I think they're like 10 months old now, so... And there we go. And as you guys can see over here, we've got our little Napoleon Total War 3 7.5. And click Finish. And then now we need to go to the maps, so double click on the maps. Again, I'm getting that pop-up saying, hey, this is weird, you sure? So again, the exact same thing. Make sure that whatever folder you put the first one in, that you're putting this one into. But because I have it on my C drive, I'm just keeping it in the exact same place. So again, it's like, hey, you sure this file already exists? You're like, yep, that's fine, and install. And now we wait a little bit longer. This needs some good, like, cheesy elevator music right now. Okay, I'm done. I'm finished. Yeah, for those of you guys that are going to be downloading this as well, many people have been asking me to cover some Napoleon Total War 3. Now, I do have two PCs, so this is my newer PC that I'm downloading Napoleon Total War 3 on, and then I'll probably leave either the vanilla Napoleon or maybe put Darth mod on the copy on my old PC. But if ever you guys are down to play Napoleon Total War 3, I definitely will be playing a few games on this in the future. I just suck at Napoleon so much. I'm getting better, but my first couple matches were just embarrassing. Like, utter destruction. Like, my opponent losing like 200 men and me losing like 2,200. Like, oh, it was just embarrassing. But it looks like that's almost finished as well. There we go. So that's finished. Obviously, no shortcut coming up because this is all the 7.5 files. So now we've got the add-on. And yep, we're getting the pop-up. Make sure, again, that that is correct. Hit next, yes, and install. And I don't think this one took very long. It's a smaller file than the rest of them. And this just adds some nice historical battles to the mix and such. There we go. All right, so now the last thing we have to do is to do the 7.6 patch. And this is really, really important. What I tried to do, actually, was once I had 7.5 installed, I tried to launch it and play it, and it just did not work. All of the factions were, like, bugged. There were, like, a ton of different French factions, like 12 French factions, and when you went to click on it, all the units cost, like, 10 gold. Like, it was really random. But I experienced some crashes on like the actual battles and such as well. So I think that this patch is pretty important. So make sure that you get this 7.6 setup going as well. And yes. And then this is pretty much going to go through the exact same thing as the 7.5 setup. So again, choose the language that you want. And then make sure that this is going in the exact same spot as 7.5. And yes. And yes, let's create a new desktop shortcut. The reason I did it on 7.5 knowing that I'd get a 7.6 is because if this didn't show up, then I know that something's wrong. But now that I know that the desktop icon is here, I can easily replace it. So let's go ahead and click next. Again, confirm that that is the same where you put your 7.5 files in and install. We should see a desktop shortcut for 7.6 pop up very soon. Hopefully. Or maybe I did something wrong. I'm pretty sure I did everything right. It might be towards the end. I can't exactly remember. And just about done now. And can probably get rid of the vanilla Napoleon one now. Don't really need that. There it is. So you now have a version 7.5 and a version 7.6. So you can click finish here. And just minimize that, or actually you can close it. You shouldn't need it anymore. And basically just to negate any confusion, just please get rid of that 7.5 one so that you guys only have the 7.6. And then you can go ahead and launch it. So we'll double click here. And here we go. Napoleonic Total War 3 7.6. And we've got some different choices here for stuff that we want to do. I'm just going to go into the classic battle so that I can show you guys all the different factions and such. I just have to switch over my recording software as well, so I'll see you guys once the mod has loaded in. Alright guys, welcome to the mod Napoleonic Total War 3 version 7.6, and as you can see, everything has loaded in correctly. Looks good to me. So let's just jump into some single player and play a battle so that I can show you guys that it does work. You can see that there are a lot of new maps, which is really nice to see. I'm just basically going to pick, I don't know, just some random one here. And continue. And then there you go. Look at all of these factions that are playable here. This is amazing. So, like, before we just had, like, I think 6 or 8 factions. But now we've got, like, a bunch of different French ones from different time periods. We got Poland here. I don't even know what some of these factions are here. That's probably Austria. We got a couple Prussian ones. Here's 2 Spanish ones. Portugal. Hanover. Very, very interesting. So, let's try as Poland here. There's our general. We've got a couple of the Lancer units are capped to like 1 unit each. But let's get a few of this elite infantry. A couple of grenadiers. And we'll get a couple of cannons. And we'll just give them a few horsemen here. So let's go ahead and start up the battle. So far, so good. No crashes yet, which is good. But if you do experience a crash here on the custom battle, again, just go back and delete that battle preferences folder.
Generals deploy their forces according to rank.
There we go. Don't need to hear that. It's because I reinstalled my Napoleon Total War. But here we go. Here is Poland. Looking very glorious on the battlefield here. I can't believe I haven't played this mod before, to be honest. Let's take a look at some of this cavalry here. Oh, these are Hussars? Very, very cool. But we can start the battle. And everything looks good to go. Let's just select, where are they? They're way over here. Actually, I can just run with all my cavalry over there. Yes, thank you, grizzled battlefield commander. But yeah, everything is working, guys. So hopefully you found this mod installation video helpful. If you guys have any other mods that you do want me to try and take a stab at for you guys, I certainly can do that. So hopefully you guys did enjoy. Be sure to comment and like and subscribe if you'd like to see more content like this in the future. And I will see you in the next one.